Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the Thought Talk podcast. This is a redo. Fuck, god damn it. Sorry for this intro, but welcome back to the Thought Talk. This is indeed a redo, because I recorded an hour and 43 minutes of a podcast. Full podcast. And, I went to save it and I accidentally fucking deleted it. So there goes an hour and 40 minutes of my time. I was trying to see if I could restore a deleted file, like a picture. And then you can't. And so I looked in my files, because I was freaking out. I was like, fuck. It's there. It's most certainly there. It's just in the backup folder. And you can't really do anything with that shit. So yeah, welcome back to the Thought Talk podcast. I'd say where do I start, but I know exactly where to start, because I just fucking recorded it all. But yeah, let's talk about my weekend. I had a very eventful weekend. I'm not gonna sleep. I need to get this podcast done. I know, right? It's a fucking pain. I'm sorry. It fucking sucks. I know. Do I have Google Drive on this thing? Yes, I do, so I can at least link it with my fucking Google account. And finally export media an easy way without using the Huawei downloading the Huawei program on my laptop and then only have it be able to be used once. But let's talk about my weekend. So Friday, I can't remember. I can't remember what happened on Friday. Yep. I can remember shit from when I was 6, but not what I did on Friday. I can remember, however, what happened on Saturday. So on Saturday, I got up, did some stuff. It's all good. Pretty good. I was doing homework, and at 2:30, I got a text from my mate Remy. He was like, "Do you want to come to the footy tonight?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go to the footy." So my mate Remy is a big Richmond Tigers fan. Fuck, I'm gonna be saying this the entire time. I can't believe I deleted that recording, but I did. And so this has to happen. I just need to be very, very careful. And if I do it again, I'd say I'm going to kill myself, but that would trigger a lot of people. But I'll do it anyway, because fuck you. You know I'm not going to. I'm just super... It's like, I'm laughing, but on the inside I'm slowly dying. Oh, god damn it. But, no. He's like... Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll go to the footy. But my friend Remy is a Richmond Tigers fan. I am a West Coast fan. Now, people think I bandwagon on West Coast because West Coast won the premiership last year. Let's fucking go, boys. I need to get into a more comfortable position because I've been sitting like this for the past hour and 40 minutes. And I was like... I said I was going to do a 2-hour-long podcast, but I got to 1 hour 40 minutes, so I was like, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to wrap it up here. I wrap it up and fucking delete it. So, good for me. I need a burp. I don't feel good. I mean, yeah, I had a lot of caffeine today. I had a coffee, and I had a Gatorade last night, which we'll talk about because it's part of my weekend. Woke up, felt like shit, didn't get any sleep. I'm not going to today either, because I need to get this podcast done. Because I figured out, I've thought about a way to get it done, and so we shall. But hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm not one for caffeine. Caffeine isn't my drug of choice. It's marijuana. I love marijuana. Marijuana is great. Marijuana is first and foremost good for you if you smoke in moderation, like I do. I don't go on fucking benders anymore. I don't go on benders. Not like you, Remy, on the holidays. Yeah, we'll keep that between us and everyone else who knows. Yep. Weed is great. There's so many different types of weed. People who don't think, I had a friend tell me that one of his friends doesn't think, or brother, doesn't think that there are strains of weed. That weed is one thing and it stays the same. It was like, there's like oak trees, right? Yeah. How many different types of trees are there? Fucking shit tons, right? Same shit. Weed is just another tree. But there's so many different strains. Like, you get the shit that makes you feel like a super genius, that makes you feel like you do on acid. Like, I'll plead the fifth when it comes to acid. But, it makes you feel energetic. It makes you feel like how you feel on acid, not the visuals. People go, no, people will say no, but how you feel, like emotionally, you feel like a little kid. There's weed that makes you feel super genius and like super energetic, like Gorilla Glue, White Widow, AK-47. What's another big one? What's another big sativa strain? I don't know. I know White Widow and Gorilla Glue are fucking killers. So is AK-47. Pretty sure RPG is a big one. Pretty sure RPG is like a really big strain, or even is a strain. Yeah, and that's the sativa stuff. But you get stuff that also mellows you out. You get indica. I'm a big fan of indica. Indica's great. Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna turn my fucking light on because I feel uncomfortable. Yep, there we go. And indica just mellows you out, and I'm a fan of indica. I like being mellow. I like being chill, but yeah, I'm already pretty far up on the autism spectrum, so I don't need any more uppers. I don't need more energy. But I decided to get fucking energy drinks because I hadn't slept, and that was a bad idea. Cause I got home and I just had a complete and utter caffeine energy dump. I've completely lost my appetite, which is horrific for someone who is underweight for my height. For my height and age and weight. Don't need more caffeine. Caffeine's bad. It can be good. If you need a little bump, get a coffee. Just get a small coffee. Get a regular. You know, I don't condone going to 7-Eleven and getting their coffee because it's shit, but I mean, $1 coffee is $1 coffee. No one needs to pay out the ass for a fucking coffee. You can if you are a coffee enthusiast, but most people aren't, so just go to 7-Eleven and get a coffee, which sounds hypocritical, which Remy would say sounds hypocritical for someone who did a barista course and understands what good coffee tastes like, but I don't drink coffee that much, because as I said, I don't need more energy. I'm not a fan of caffeine, but I did so. Anyway, I digress. Back to my weekend. So we went to the footy, me and Remy. Met up with 2 other people. A girl called Rainer and a girl called Jade. Very nice. We went, so Richmond versus D's. Melbourne Demons. It was good. It was a really good game. Really good game. And not because both teams were playing incredibly well. They were just playing at a similar level. Right? don't need to play well to play at a similar level, right? And quite frankly, the Demons will never compare. Like, Demons top level currently will never compare to Richmond's level top level currently. Like, I think Demons were playing at their best on Saturday, and Richmond had quite a few people out. They had their fucking captain out, Trent Cotchin out, and yet still played incredibly. Got kind of rainy. Yeah, Demons took it for like the first. It was a bit shaky for the Tigers. The first quarter and a bit in. And then they just kind of shut down Gorn at the ruck. And, ran from there. Tom Lynch had a cracker of a game. Fucking unit, that bloke. Huge. Gorney always does bits. Gorney's always good for his team. Gorney puts his team on his back. And then Liam Ryan jumps on his back and he's no longer standing. He's on the ground. Yeah, go watch Liam Ryan's mark on Max Gorn. Used him like a staircase, dude. That was funny. And as a West Coast fan, imagine how happy I was when I saw Liam Ryan fucking do that to him. Because Gorney's fucking huge. Imagine if he did that. Imagine if Liam Ryan did that to Eric Hipwood. Because Eric Hipwood's huge. I don't know. Sorry if the mic just fucked up. A little blast of wind from putting the covers down. No flashing. But, yeah. That's what I did on Saturday. Went to the footy. Got home, chilled at the bar, and slept like a rock. I hadn't slept like that in forever. It's one of the best sleeps I've had in a long while. In a long time. What am I missing? I'm not missing anything. Fuck. That's irrelevant to the story. Me missing these things. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that was good. Really enjoyed it. Footy was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh my god, it was a good game. West Coast is still the best team in the fucking league, though. Even though Geelong's on top of the ladder. Geelong's having a cracker of a season. They just lost, though, to North, was it? No, Freo. They lost to Freo. Yeah, me and Remy were watching the footy, and then Remy looks to my right, because we were by one of the huge screens. He's talking to me, he looks up at the screen, and his face drops, and he types to me, he goes, bro, look. I'll look at it, and there's Freo. Quite a comfortable lead in front of Geelong, and I was like, oh, fuck. What the fuck happened there? I don't know. What did happen there? I was too busy at another footy game. But yeah, that's scary. They're still on top though. But yeah, I feel like we could have a Richmond West Coast Grand Final. That would be fun. That would be real fun. But yeah, that was Saturday. Now Sunday was the big day. Woke up, went to Chadstone, which is the big mall of Melbourne. We got there, me and my mum, just went with my mum, do a spot of shopping, get some food. Had some torikatsu curry. That sounds really fucking weeby of me, and it is, because I'm a weeb. Get fucked. Sorry if I sound bland or tired. It's because I am tired, but trust me, I'm full of energy now that I have to redo this podcast. I love talking. Talking's great. Especially when you're as autistic as I am. All you can talk for hours and hours and hours, and quite frankly, after not having people to talk to for quite a while in my life, I kind of built an affinity to talking to myself, which sounds fucked up, but come on. Don't tell me you've never talked to yourself. Don't tell me you've never dreamed of impossible things and scenarios of the ideal self that you want to be. Anyway, I digress. I'll be saying that a lot, so get the counter ready. Get your pens out. You'll need them. Keep note of how many... Yeah, someone's going to tell me how many times I say I digress. But I digress. Let's get back on topic. Sunday was the big day. Woke up, went to Chatty, had some food. Mum tells me I should be expecting a call. I was like, oh sweet, so I kind of had my phone on me the whole day. I missed the call by 36 minutes, but I called this person. This person's my uncle. His name's Dean. He's the guy that got me into metal. We'll say that. But he calls me and he goes, did you see what I posted on Facebook? And I'm like, no, my Facebook's being really fucky. Because it is. My events are kind of fucked right now. Not really working. He goes, Roland doing this drum demo at a brewery today, and I called forward and asked if under 18s were allowed, and they are. Would you like to go? I was like, sure. And he's like, well, Russ is playing. Now, Russ is the drummer for Melbourne progressive metal band. Pretty sure they're based in Melbourne. Well, yeah. He's there. Of course, they're from fucking Melbourne progressive metal band. Fuck. This is gonna sound shit on all your... I'm stumbling and repeating everything. But progressive metal band, if I'm... And yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll hold the phone further away. Progressive metal band, 12 Foot Ninja, which is one of my favorite... Which is easily my second favorite band of all time. What's number one? I don't know. Someone's yet to take it. And he is my favorite drummer of all time. He's my favorite person in music, full stop. I love him. He's my idol. Yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah. So he goes, Russell be there. I'm like, okay, I'm down. Hell yeah. Let's go. So... this Roland drum demo, they were showing off this new kit. Now, if you've this new electric kit, and this kit is fucking incredible, absolutely insanely cool. If you're big into, if I were to describe it, then I'd have to. The only thing I can really compare it to is a Shuriken Variax. Now, if you're big into guitars, and you 12 Foot Ninja, or you're big into the evolution and the latest and greatest in guitar technology, I'm sure you've heard of the Shuriken Variax. But if you don't know what the Shuriken Variax is, the Shuriken Variax is cheating at guitar for people who know how to play guitar. Right? And that's what it is. It makes it easier to play guitar if you already know how. Not only that, you can also make it sound like any guitar ever. You can make it sound like a band guitar. It's incredible. It was created by the lead guitarist of 12 Foot Ninja, Stevik. Now imagine what that guitar can do, but for drums. It's pretty much this new Roland kit. So the lineup was a drummer called Loz Benson, a she. She was really good. She showed off, some of the basic stuff. She just played some stuff, and she went through a mashup of songs. She sung. Cool, I don't care. She sounded like every other, singer out there. Pretty voice, yeah. Heard it before. That's pretty cool. After that, the guy who organized it and was managing it showed off, the capabilities and what this kit has to offer. And all the crazy shit you can do. It's truly incredible. I can't remember what the kit's called, but I'm sure you can find it. It's Roland's new premier drum kit. And if from what I've said about the Shuriken Variax and said it's the Shuriken Variax at drums, I'm sure it would be pretty easy to find. Basically showed off all of that, and then Russ played. So the drum demo was held at a place called Two Birds Brewery in a place called Spotswood. Now I'm mentioning the address because if this comes out before the end of August, hopefully it will, then I suggest, if you're big into drums or you want to try out an electric kit and drink beer, go there, because Roland not only showed off that drum kit, they had another drum kit there that's open to the public, and they've left it there for the rest of the month, which is really cool of them. So you can go there, drink beer, play drums, and try out this incredible... It's not the kit they were showing off. It's a different kit, an older kit, but it's still a really cool electric kit. So if you want to try out an electric kit, Two Birds Brewery, Spotswood. So we get there, and Russ, when I say Russ is my idol, Russ is my fucking idol. He is an incredible drummer. Absolutely insane. Great, a really nice guy. Yeah, like, Vanguard by 12 Foot Ninja has to have the best drum intro I've ever heard. And when you've heard a song, and when you've heard of Painkiller by Judas Priest, I mean, that's high praise. So we get there. Me and Dino, my uncle, we walk in the brewery, and across the way, there's Russ standing there. Now, Dino, we bump into some of Dean bumps into some of his friends, introduces me to them, all good. And then Russ comes over, and Dean's like, yeah, how's it going? This is my nephew, Fraser. And he's like, yeah, how's it going? I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you, big fan. He's like, oh, sweet. Super casual, and I was like, yeah, cool, big fan, yeah, right. Just keeping it on the download, but on the inside, in my brain, I'm going, holy fucking shit, it's Russ. Oh my god. I'm absolutely fanboying out in my brain, but I wasn't doing it externally, because I can understand, is it empathize or sympathize? Sympathize is when you don't know how it feels, but you can understand it. When you haven't been through it, but you can understand it. I can sympathize with them. I can sympathize with the awkwardness of someone fanboying over you and just going, and just being like, yeah, like, one hand killing, what you did there, absolutely incredible. Like, you're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. Just doing that shit. Like, I can get why that would be a bit embarrassing and a bit overbearing, and for lack of a better word, deterring. So Russ, if you hear this, that's what I was thinking, but yeah. Sorry. Should I say sorry? No, absolutely not. You're great. Yeah. Met him. And then, I sat down. Now, some of Dino's friends were Uncle Dean's Dino. We'll just call him by Dino, because that's what everyone calls him. Some of his friends were there, and these people, their names were Nick, Vanessa, and their son Liam. Now, Liam is taught by Russ, and he's like, I don't know his age, but if I were to guess, he's like 14 years old, 13, 14, around there. And this might seem like a huge exaggeration, but I swear it's not. This kid is a prodigy. This kid is incredible. His ability his ability juxtaposed with his potential basically will set him up for a star-studded life of rock star. This kid is incredibly good on drums. He has a hand speed unlike anything I've seen before. His legs are like the Flash. He's very relaxed in the drum seat, and he's got hands. He's got elastic hands. He's absolutely incredible. So yeah. So we sit down. I get a drink, cola. I'm 16. No underage drinking. I say, as I talked about smoking marijuana before, but, get fucked. Isn't that what teenagers are supposed to do? Get fucked up? I thought that was a prerequisite. Maybe not. But, Loz gets on the drum kit. She shows us some stuff. It was good. It sounds absolutely incredible. For an electric kit, it's absolutely incredible. It's unlike anything I've seen before. So the one thing that really captured me the most wasn't the fact that you could put a count up. The top, everything is set up. You can customize how this kit is set up and what sounds come out of all the parts. So you can have a snare on the China cymbal. You can make the China cymbal a snare. You can hit it and have the sound of a snare come out. You can hit it and have the sound of a tom come out. You can sample it. You can put electronic sounds in there. You can have it sound like literally fucking anything. And then you can save that. It's literally the Shuriken Variax of drums. You can save certain presets and certain tunings, and then you can customize it to your will. So you can, the center of a tom drum can sound like a tom. But if you hit the edge, you can have it sound like a cowbell. You can put multiple sounds on single things. It's absolutely incredible, and you can save presets. Russ was telling us a story of when he did Drummers Weekend, I believe. I believe that's what it's called. A huge drum convention with fucking hundreds of drummers. And when he was doing soundcheck, I believe, if I get this wrong, I'm sorry, Russ. But this is from one I believe it was soundcheck. He was playing on this kit, and the guy doing the sound was like, "Gee, that sounds fuck off large." So now there's a preset in that fucking drum kit, because the drum kit there was Russ's. From what I gathered, it was Russ's drum kit. There's a preset in there called "fuck off large." And now I've kind of taken that term and ran with it, so now I say fuck off large quite a bit at school when something sounds incredible, or something's fucking cool, or huge, or just, if something's fuck off large, it's fuck off large. If you could see my eyes, if you could see my face just then, that would look fucking funny. So, yeah. It's an incredible kit. How people come up with this, people sandbag it and say it's cheating, you're just making it easier to play drums, you're ruining the skill. No, like the Shuriken Variax, it's cheating for guitar. It's cheating on guitar for people who know how to play guitar. It makes guitar easier for people who know how to play guitar. This drum kit makes it easier to play drums. It can make it easier, but also offers a huge array of ability and different sounds, and being able to change the preset on the fly. A great example of that, and that what you can do with, if you have that ability to change on the fly how your drums or how your guitar sounds. We'll stick with the Variax for this. Change how your music sounds. The best example of that is the entire album of Outlier by 12 Foot Ninja. That's a great example of the capability of the Shuriken Variax. You can, there's like points in like Dig for Bones where it's tuned super low and super chuggy, or like Point of View, where there's like Point of View is a good example, where it's like very nice, very smooth acoustic guitar, and then when the harder parts hit, it changes immediately into a electric guitar, and that's only possible via having two different guitars. But with the Shuriken Variax, you can click a button and it changes the sound of the guitar. You can make it sound like a fucking banjo guitar. I've said that, but I'm dead serious. And you can also condense the notes on the fretboard, I believe. So you don't need to use the entire fretboard to get a certain thing, to get certain sounds, right? That's what I believe. I'm not too sure. If you want the whole the whole demonstration and walkthrough of what the Variax can do, go watch Stevik's like reveal video and like demonstration video on his YouTube channel on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's his or the 12 Foot Ninja channel, of him talking and going and showing off the Variax. But imagine that capability to just change your sound on the fly, but for drums. That's what this kit can do. And so it's not just cheating, it's not just making it easier, it's adding a new layer of complexity. And what sounds can I introduce to my music? What sounds good? What can I do? How can I spice things up? And that's what I like about progressive metal. I'm a death metal guy, but what I love about progressive metal is that there's a lot of different sounds. And so with this can really open up a new avenue for metal sounds. Let me repeat that, because it opens up a new avenue for sound and experimentation with sound. So yeah, and so after Loz did some pretty basic stuff in the grand scheme of things on the kit, the guy from Roland went through and showed off what the kit can do at like a base level, barely scratching the surface of the capabilities of the kit, but showing off what's the basically he showed off the selling point of the kit, which is everything I've just described. Fucking incredible, right? And seeing as this is Russ's setup, Russ then got on and fucking slayed it. Like you can start a backing track just by touching a button. Touch the preset, different sounds, cowbell, this, that, the other, claps, clicks, this, that, and the other. All just hitting shit, right? It's fucking cool. It's fucking gnarly, dude. I say gnarly a lot. Come on. Gnarly's a cool word. I'm bringing it back. Gnarly for 2019. Your word of the year. That's got to be a thing. Word of the year? Come on. But he played, and it did sound, for lack of a better phrase, fuck off large. It sounded perfect. Like Russ came over afterwards and he's like, I made a little bit of slip up here and there. Did you notice it, Liam? And Liam was like, this part? And he's like, yeah, I kind of noticed it. Me and Dean were there, like, we didn't notice anything. I didn't notice anything because I was too busy having my fucking jaw on the floor. Like, if you're friends with me on Facebook, on my status where where it's a picture with me and Russ, getting a picture taken with me with my thumbs up. In the comments, Dino posted a video of Russ playing, and the camera pans towards me, and I look so goofy because I got this big ass smile on my face, and my head's forward, and I'm slouching. I've got gamer neck going just because I'm like, holy shit, I'm like slouched over. I'm like, I'm like hunchback because I'm just leaning forward because I'm like, no fucking way, this is incredible. Because we were sitting right in front of the drum kit, and it was so cool. It was so cool. I had the biggest, goofiest smile, but you listen to that and you watch that and you go, holy shit! You watch that and yeah, it's really cool, really cool. It did sound fuck off large. But yeah, but Liam, let's go back to Liam because this kid is fucking incredible. Nick, Ness, I know I haven't known you long enough, Vanessa, to call you Ness, but I kind of picked it up off Dino. Blame him. But Nick Ness, your son is a fucking monster, dude. He is absolutely incredible. Like just before Russ started his set, Liam was on the free kit that people could use, the public kit that was open to the public. That's why I called it public kit. Fraser. But he's on there and he was absolutely shredding it. Absolutely shredding. And everyone was watching him. And so they're like, Liam, come here. Just let Russ have his spotlight, right? Because everyone was watching him because he was doing bits. And yeah, Russ was about to go on and everyone was watching Liam. But afterwards, Liam, after Russ's set, Russ was like, Liam, you don't have a go? So Russ asked the guy who managed, like, you don't have a go? And the guy was like, yeah, you can have a go. So Liam got on the kit and shredded it. He played One Hand Killing, which Russ played just before as his final song to round out his set. And it was fucking incredible. And I'm not going to say that he didn't practice, because Liam, from what I've heard, from what I've gathered as well, Liam practices so much. So much. He's really thrown himself at drums, and he seems to really like it and be really dedicated to it. It's not like Asian people with their tiger mums. That's racist. Casual racism is okay. Come on, boys. Don't be pussies. Don't be this. Don't be a pussy. It's just a jerk. But we can all relate to. We all know that person, who had that moment. It's like you gotta play this. You gotta do it 8 hours a day, and sure they're good at it, but these people don't. That kid doesn't enjoy it, even though he's good at it. Liam seems to really enjoy it, and he shredded it. Absolute killer. Liam, if you're hearing this, lad, you are incredible. You're gonna go places. I can't wait to be like 32 years old and be like, yeah, you see that kid there? Yeah, I remember being at spots. I remember being at Two Birds Brewery, watching him slay right before Russ played his set, and having everyone watch him. I remember watching him after Russ played his set, played the song that Russ played, and then some. This kid is, by the way he's going, as I've said, his potential, his current skill plus his potential has basically set him up for a rock star life, if all goes well. And Uncle Dean, I'm going to take this one from you. He said, Uncle Dean said, you make your own luck, and with how Liam's going, he is going to be one lucky motherfucker. Yeah, yeah. I'm just amazed at... I'm not an easily impressed person, I'd like to think. When it comes to music, like, when you see raw talent like that, it'll impress anyone. Right? So that was a good day. That was really cool meeting Russ. Like, imagine... Okay, so take your idol, right? Take your idol. Doesn't matter who it is. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a YouTuber, a model, this, that, the other. Take your number one idol and imagine being able to meet them, shake their hand, get a picture. Already fucking cool, right? Now imagine being able to sit down, like, up close with them and watch them. Imagine being able to sit down up close and watch them do their job professionally, and watch them do their job, like live, up close, like being behind the scenes, right? Like being able to see it with your own eyes that close up. And then, not only that, imagine being able to have a conversation with them, like a very casual conversation. And just, talk and have a chat. Have a chat is the best way to put it. So most idols don't chat with their fans, right? So I feel very, very gifted, and I'm very humbled at the fact that I was able to do that and just have a chat. It's a pleasure. But not only that, I get home afterwards. I was like, that was really fucking cool. That's probably the best day in my life. Yeah, this is the best day in my life. Yeah. But then went out at 9 o'clock to see some old mates at Grilled and got burgers at 9 o'clock and a Gatorade and lollies and shit, which my mom has thrown away that new Gatorade bottle because she knows it's going to be used for a bong. Because after I went to a mate's place, he was like, here, have a cone. So I had a cone. This is a while ago, quite a while ago. So I had a cone and I packed it, and I was like, where's the fucking shotty? The hole you put your thumb up when you're having a cone. And he goes, oh, it's at the front. I'm like, the front? He's like, yeah, just try it. Try it, you'll see how good it is. It's called front shotty. Duh. And it is. There was no ice in the bugle or anything, so nothing to make it easy to pull a cone. I pulled that cone fucking instantly. And it was a huge cone too, because my mate has has a bigger cone piece than I'm used to. I pulled it fully, instantly. It was packed to the brim too, and it was front shotties. I like breathing in there. I highly rate it. So yeah, I digress. Went out, got some burgers, capped the night off. But seeing as I had that Gatorade, I didn't sleep well. Not gonna sleep well tonight either. Not only because I've had a huge caffeine dump, because it's currently fucking 10:47. I need to turn my brightness down. That's disgusting. We only have an hour to go. Let's not fuck shit up. Alright, we're 42 minutes, 54 seconds in. We're exactly an hour off. In like a couple of seconds. Exactly an hour off. But, yeah. Best day of my life. Easily. Now let's stick with music, and let's talk about Tool. Big news recently. Big news. So, Maynard James Keenan, MJK, was recently on the Joe Rogan Experience, and he said at the start, I've got some big news, but I'm going to tweet it out first. I'm going to put it up on Instagram first, and then he tweeted it out afterwards. He had some big news, and what that news was, Tool has released their entire catalog of music on all digital and streaming platforms, services, and formats. Let me rephrase that. Tool has released their entire catalog of music. So that's Opiate, Undertow, Anima, Lateralis, and 10,000 Days onto every single digital and streaming platform, service, and format. Gone are the days of having to buy Tool CDs to hear the new album. Gone are the days of trying to find a full YouTube playlist of all the songs in a row. Now, it's on Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, fucking everywhere. My throat is getting raspy. I've been talking too much. That's incredible. So I've kind of been on a bender listening through every single album of Tool so far. I'm up to 10,000 days. I've just started 10,000 days. And haven't listened to RPA yet. I know, because OPA isn't under albums, it's under singles and EPs, so I kind of missed it, so I started on Undertow. Now, I gotta say, out of all the albums I've listened to so far, so that's Lateralis, Enema, and Undertow, people are gonna hate me for this. I like Lateralis the least. Tool fans will kill me for that. Am I a Tool fan? I am now. But diehard Tool fans will kill me for that. You wanna know something? I don't like any of the songs out of Lateralis. Don't like any of them. I will make a hypocritical statement later. How do I know that? Why don't I just say it now? Why? Because I deleted 1 hour 40 podcast. It's fucking right. That's how I know. That's my crystal ball. Because I've said it. But, I don't like any of the albums in Lateralis. Any of the songs in Lateralis. Like, out of the 3 albums I've listened to so far. Number 1, Enema. Fucking love that album. Ready for me to really trigger Tool fans, though. I don't like 46 and 2. He said it. Oh no. We must exile this one. He doesn't like 46. Look, I love the drumming in 46 and 2. I just don't like 46 and 2 as a song. I know that there's a lot of stuff behind it. It's about DNA. I'm pretty sure it's about the DNA strand and how it's organized. How, like, the steps, like, in the center of, like, the DNA helix. They're, like, 46 of them, right? And then you've got the 2 sides of the DNA helix, the 2 strands of, like, the 2 sides of DNA from, like, each side of your family. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Don't quote me. I'm not big into biology and that stuff. I'm pretty sure that's how DNA works. You've got the 46 little strands in the center, plus the 2 big strands on the outside that create the helix from each side of your family. So you got your dad's DNA mixed with your mom's DNA, and then you get all the stuff on the inside. I don't know what that is. So it's like 46 and 2 that makes up the DNA helix in every human being, and then that's just repeated and shit. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Don't quote me. And please, if you're into biology and please, whoever listens to this, don't be that guy who just goes, no, you're completely fucking wrong. This is what it is. This is what it means. This is how DNA works. This is what 46 and 2 means. Idiot. Don't be that fucking guy. You're ruining it. I'm pretty sure this is what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But if I'm wrong, and you know me in real life, just tell me in real life. Or just message me. Don't put it on comments, please. Don't comment it. It makes me feel bad. Comments are there for positivity. I know that most people believe it's there for shit talking, but look, you might be Australian, you don't need to be Australian in comments. Just save Australia for the Vegemite. Fuck, I love Vegemite. Oh god. But yeah, not a big fan of 46 and 2, but Enema, then Undertow, then Lateralis, and I'm like 10,000 days so far. It's pretty cool. I've already got the pod saved though, because the pod is one of the greatest songs of all time. Come on. You can fight me on that. I'll fuck you up. I won't fuck you up. The pod will fuck you up, because that song is killer. That song is so good. The best vocal intro of all time. do I go into this whole spiel about talent that I did last time, about the spectrum of talent, what warrants talent and what doesn't, and how pop singers are very low on that spectrum of talent? Talent isn't... Alright, let me get this out of the way quickly. Talent isn't something you either do or do not have, right? Talent is on a spectrum, like autism. You're either very autistic, or you're a little bit autistic, or you're not on that spectrum at all, right? You're either a little bit talented, you're either talented enough, or you are fucking super talented, hyper talented, Einstein talented, right? That's how talent works. Talent isn't black and white. Talent isn't yay or nay. Talent is percentage. Talent is a spectrum. And MJK lies on the far right hand side. The band Tool, we won't just go by singers. The band Tool is super talented. These guys are geniuses. Fucking 10,000 Days, the album came with fucking 3D glasses. You put them on, you looked at the album cover. One of the songs, I can't remember which one it was. Do I take a stab in the dark and potentially piss people off for trying to guess which song it was? But Tool made a song that was in time with the Fibonacci sequence, or had something to do with the Fibonacci sequence. I'm pretty sure it was Sober. Do not quote me on that. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, because I actually want to know properly which song it was. I'm pretty sure it's Sober, though. I forget a lot of this stuff very quickly. But yeah, like the last album came with 3D glasses, and you put them on, you look at the cover art. Like, who thinks of that? You're gonna be some kind of genius. And like 46 and 2, the meaning behind that song is so promiscuous. It's highly debated, and it's 46 and 2 has been out for a very long time, and still people ponder over what the lyrics mean and what the deeper meaning is behind that song. And like so not only have they released their entire catalog, it was announced like 2 months ago when their new album will be released. It will be released August 30th, so the end of this month. Today is currently the 5th, Monday the 5th. And he also announced the title of the album. It's called Fear Inoculum, right? And rumor has it, from what I've heard, I've only scratched the surface. I only know on this, from what I've heard, superficially. That's the wrong use of this word, but on the surface, superficial. From what I've heard, haven't done much digging into it, but from what I've heard, Fear Inoculum, the new album, will require batteries. New album needs batteries. I don't know if batteries come included. I don't know what. I don't know if the batteries are put in the album. I don't know if the battery is required to listen to the music. I don't know shit. All I've heard is that batteries. So the new album needs batteries. You can't tell me, and you listen to a song like H in Anima, and you hear his voice, and you hear his music. You can't hear that and go, nah, MJK's not that good of a singer. He's not exceeding. He's not one. You can't hear that and go, no, he's not one of the most talented, if not the most talented singer that's ever graced this earth. He has the control. He has the vocal control of Al Green. Now, if you don't know who Al Green is, what the fuck's wrong with you? Second of all, if you need to go find out who he is, go search up Al Green, how can you mend a broken heart live, Soul Train, I believe. Or Al Green, how can you mend a broken heart live? It's the video where he's in this big sweater, sweating like a pig. But watch that video, and that demonstrates vocal control. He's got the vocal control. MJK has the vocal control of Al Green, and has a power and has a vocal power and presence like anyone else on this earth. He has set the bar for vocal power and vocal presence, and no one has so far surpassed that bar or even come close to meeting it. Because you listen to H and you listen to like that 15-second scream, and it's not even a scream, it's just I don't know what to describe. I don't know what to call it unless you've heard it. You don't you don't know what I mean. You'll know what I mean if you've heard it. But go listen to H, and he does like this 15-second scream, heavy quotations, and the power in his voice. It's not just the volume, it's the tone. Most people think there are like 7 tastes, like sweet, savory, sour, bitter. Sweet, savory, sour, bitter, sweet, savory, sour, bitter. Like the 4 things. There's a 5th. Pretty sure it's 4. There's a 5th. It's called umami. And umami is what gives food body. Something like a fish chowder or like a soup, that has a lot of umami. Something like a sweet cupcake, that doesn't have a lot of umami. Right? MJK, that scream, that 15-second scream has umami. A lot of it too. Oh, fuck. It's straight power. He can sing soft, and he can just sing super soft and be very wavy in how he sings. And then he turns the power on. He flicks the switch. The generators are going, and fuck me, does he blow your socks off. It's like a sonic boom. It's like being slammed in the chest with a sledgehammer of sound. It's unrelatable to anything I've ever heard. He's the only one who I know. He's the only singer I know who has that kind of power. And right up there with him, with Tool, is Ginger, I feel. But primarily the lead singer, Tatiana Shamuluk. She's like female MJK, but less of that power, more of range and dynamics. She has possibly the best female singing voice. I'm going to say it flat out. She has the best female singing voice ever. Her voice is unlike anything I've ever heard. She can sing. Her voice is silky, it's smooth, it's perfect. Although perfection differs from person to person, it is perfect. It's smooth, it's silky, it's like marshmallow. It's inviting. It is the perfect singing voice. And then, listen to Ginger's song Pisces. This is the song everyone loves. This is the song that brought them mainstream fame, brought them to huge worldwide success. That gave them huge worldwide recognition. Pisces. She sings through the verses, and it's so good. And then the chorus, she breaks out with these incredible screams and growls, and you think, no, that's not her. That's someone else. That's a guy doing that. No, that's her. And never have I ever thought I'd compliment a girl for sounding like a guy. But oh my god. It's unlike anything you've ever heard. Go listen to Pisces. Go listen to H. And go listen to Pisces after this podcast. H by Tool. H dot. Well, it's H full stop by Tool. And Pisces by Ginger. Jinjer. She sounds like a guy, and she is incredible. It's unlike anything you have ever heard. There is no one I can compare it to. Like, you could say like the singer from Arch Enemy, but Tatiana has so far surpassed her in terms of skill, and her potential is high. She can do a lot by bridging this gap if she's able to vary her screams and her shout. Her screams, her growls, and her gutturals. She has a lot of potential in that regard. But yeah, those two people like the upper echelon of talent musically. And you might be going, oh, you only say that just because they're metal, and that's because real shit, and you're going to disagree with me, but you are wrong, and I will explain this if I need to, and I will, because, you're going to disagree with me regardless. Metal is the most physically demanding genre of music to perform, no matter what position you play. Instrument. Whether you're the singer, whether you're the guitarist, whether you're the drummer, whether you're the bassist. Bass is not bass guitar. Bass guitar is not guitar, even though it has guitar in its thing. I know it's weird. Some people say it is, some people say it isn't, but fuck it, might as well not make the purists angry. Purists are violent when it comes to that stuff. Metal is the most physically demanding genre, and it's the genre that takes the most skill to perform, and therefore that's why people like MJK and Tatiana Shamuluk exist, because are so goddamn good, because they have decided to venture down that path of prog metal or prog rock in the case of Tool, and prog metal or progressive heavy metal, if we're going to combine subcategories, or heavy metal in terms of Tatiana and Ginger. Like, that's why they're the best. That's why they're the best singers. That's why they're the best vocalists. That's why they're the best bands, because they can do things. Because these people in these bands, not just the vocalist, every member of this band can do things which most people in music cannot. Okay? No one has a voice like MJK. No one has a voice like Tatiana. No one can do what the bassist does for Tool. You can replicate it, but that's not creating it. And it takes a special kind of human being to create the bass line that the Pot has. The Pot has a killer bass line. Or write the riff for Push It. Very few people can do that. And that's why they're in this upper echelon of musical talent. And I'll tell you something, no pop singer is out there. No pop singer will ever be in this upper echelon of musical talent. You might be going, David Bowie, Prince, fuck, no. These people were talented. But these people weren't fuck off genius talented. These people don't have, I know that seems very disrespectful, and to a lot of people I've just offended their favorite artist. I've just told them that their artist isn't talented compared to possible to probably two people. A lot of people. I've just offended a lot of people's favorite artist. I'll admit that, and I've just offended a lot of people and made fun of their artists and told them that that this person who you think is a musical genius isn't as smart as these two people that you've probably never heard of. But honestly, how can you not have heard of MJK or Tool if you know rock? But I'm telling you right now, Prince was fucking great. Prince is smart. Prince's music was good. Oh shit, that's the Gatorade bottle. I just spied it out from. I just spied out my little eye. Ah, there it is. Sweet Gatorade. Oh, front shoddy. How I need you in my life. I've been sober for quite a while now. Jeez. I haven't smoked weed in forever. But, I'm telling you, David Bowie wrote some amazing songs. Like Lazarus is a cool song, but to me it's just another. I listened to it and then I listened to all the other songs David Bowie's made, and to me it sounds very similar. It's different tonally, of course, but David Bowie just. I never caught the David Bowie bug. Here's another one. Michael Jackson, the king of pop. That's exactly what he is. He's king of pop, which is easily the worst genre of music. Don't get me started on pop. I rambled for like 30 minutes on my... If I rambled for like 30 minutes on my pop... On why if you like pop music, you're a fucking... You're a sheep. Pretty much it. Yeah. If you're okay with being a sheep, that's fine by me. You can be a sheep, but just understand you have a very limited taste in music, and that you are feeding the beast, and that you are the reason why good music goes unnoticed, because you are giving people who make shit music a lot of money to make more shit music and just add to the trash heap. You are fueling the fire of this terrible, stinky mess of a dumpster fire. That's what you're doing. Right? Because people who listen to pop music, no one listens to pop music, okay? No one listens to pop music. Pop music is made as background music, okay? It's something you can listen to in the car and sing the song lyrics to. It's supposed to get inside your head and stick with you. Right? But you're never going to listen to a pop song and go, oh yeah, this song reflects my... Well, actually, that's completely incorrect. Pop music is designed to be relatable. But this, like, my favorite song of all time is a French song. It's the only cover I genuinely love. It's called Le Vent n'Emportera by Sophie Hunger in the album 1933. Let me find that. Was it 1983? Or was that the Taylor Swift album? Yeah. Ick. Taylor Swift. If you like Taylor Swift, you're a fucking sheep. If you like Taylor Swift, you have possibly the worst taste in music out there. "1983" by Sophie Hunger. Le Vent n'Emportera. That is my favorite song of all time. Alright. That song's great. What was I talking about? That's a great song. Ready? You don't know why? Because I have no idea what the fuck she says, but it's just beautiful and it flows. It flows perfectly. Her voice is incredible. Here's the thing. Listening to music in a language, listening to foreign music is great if you don't understand the language. Why? Because it makes it it makes it easier to understand. It makes it easier to notice if someone has a good voice or a bad voice. Right? Right? This chick has a good voice. Because you're not listening to lyrics. You're not trying to figure out what they're saying. You're hearing sound and you're like, okay, this sound sounds good. Right? That's why listening to foreign music's great. That's why I love listening to Japanese music. I love Polka Dot Stingray. Polka Dot Stingray is fucking great. And Gesu no Kawami. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, I listen to Moe Shop, M-O-E Shop, Mo Shop, but it's Moe because Get Hit with the Kids. Anbu is great as well. Miyavi, also absolutely great. Rad Wimps, Polka Dot Stingray. Kami-sama, I have noticed. Another great Japanese band. It's Gesu no Kawami Otome. Okay? That's what it's for. So, that's why it's great. But, yeah. If you listen to pop music, you're sheep and you don't know good music. I have a very here's the thing. This is going to sound very arrogant on me, but ready for me to even be arrogant. It's not arrogant, it's realistic. Alright? It's truth. The fact is, I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of different types of music. I love the opera. I love opera. Wenzel La Traviata, which is a Italian opera. Beautiful. I love classical music. And you might be thinking, no, that's impossible. I played cello for 3 years. I've seen Melbourne Symphony Orchestra live. I'm going to watch Harry Potter performed by Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, which is a soundtrack and not classical music, but includes classic. Nope, that's not what I think. Is that what I think it is? I don't think it is what I think it is. So let me go check that. No, that's not what I think it is. Never mind. I just saw something on the floor. I'm like, is that what I think it is? And it's not what I think it is. Like, I appreciate all music except for rap. Except for majority of rap. I like old rap. Old rap's cool. Like Mobb Deep. Yeah. Mobb Deep. Shook Ones Part 2. What's the Put Them in Their Place? Mobb Deep. Again. Put Them in Their Place. Mobb Deep. There it is. I do like old Kanye. Stronger. That was great. They did that with Daft Punk. They took HBFS and Kanye did shit over that, I love that song. 808s and Heartbreaks, the entire album's fucking great. I just don't like new modern pop. Remember, ready for a song you haven't heard in forever? Save Tonight by Eagle Eyed Cherry. Save tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Right? If you're born around the time I was, if you're 16, 17 years old, I guarantee you've heard that song. That was pop music in like mid-noughties. So like 2006, like 2006 to like 2012, 2011, 2012. We'll put that there. We'll place it there. That's what pop music was. That's what pop music sounded like. And Wish You Well. I just wanna wish you well. Bam, 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 bam. Fucking love that song. Everyone loved that song as a kid. And How to Save a Life by The Fray. How to save a life, where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. Yeah, everyone loves that song, right? That's what pop music was. Now you listen to pop music and it sounds completely different. Right? So pop music back then had quite, I'd put them towards, if we're going to go on a spectrum, if we're going to put it on a bell curve on a spectrum, a bell curve, so if you don't know how a bell curve works, it's basically A bell curve is like a mountain. It looks like a mountain on a graph. And then the dead center should be the peak of your bell. You flip it upside down, it looks like a bell, right? So, and then you can use that to measure quartiles. So, like the medium, the upper quartile, the lower quartile, the minimum, the maximum, right? So your quartile range starts from so your interquartile range, so your Q2, so that middle quartile, that middle block starts from where the bell starts to, scale upwards and stops when it scales downwards, right? When it starts, really going up, scale up and really, hit the trough, right? That's how it works. Talent generally has a very large bell curve. So instead of looking like a spike, which is a thin with a very small interquartile range, it looks more like a mound. So a very wide interquartile range, right? And if I was going to put like 2000 noughties pump, like 2012, from like 2002 to 2012, we'll go from 2000 to 2012. If we're going to put, like the talent that those musicians had, and like the skill and like what it took to, be that, like the talent there, I'm putting it around the almost dead center, more towards the lower end though. So like if we're gonna go from the average to the start of the lower end. Alright, it sounds like I'm wording this really bad, but if you understand how this works, you'll get it. So from the medium, the dead center, to the start of the interquartile range from the left-hand side, it's closer to the center. That's what the skill took. Now, these days, it's at the very end. That is the minimum. It's the bare minimum skill. Pop singers these days. That's the far left. That is talented enough. That's talented. Alright, you're talented. You can sing heavy quotations. But success does not. Lots of people will argue with me over this, but I'm telling you right now, you're wrong, because success does not denote level of talent and level of skill. Right? Okay? You can feel free to disagree with me, but success does not denote skill and talent. Right? In some cases it does. In some cases it does, and lots of people are going to throw at me examples and exceptions to that point. Now, here's the thing. Let's take Elon Musk, for example. Elon Musk is highly successful. People would say Elon Musk is highly successful. He's also a super genius. And that he's talented. He is super talented. He's one of the most talented people on earth. Right? But he's the exception that proves the rule. Okay? He's not the exception that you use as a counter-argument. He is the reason why the rule exists. Now, it sounds hypocritical, but it's a paradox, and if you don't know how a paradox works, then you must be younger than me or not a fan of dictionaries. That's offensive. Suck it up. Pussy. But yeah, back onto it. Pop singers are now the entry level. The bare minimum. They're the entry. They're the just passed my test. Right? Tool and Ginger are the other end. They are super geniuses, right? David Bowie and Prince and Michael Jackson aren't in the upper quartile. They're in the upper end of the interquartile range. Who else is up in that upper quartile? Now, let's talk about Metallica for a sec. Because some people argue that Metallica is dead center. They are the average of metal in terms of skill for metal. Some people will say they are the furthest. They are the most talented because they revolutionized the genre. We're not going to put Metallica on this graph. Okay? We're not going to put Metallica there. Metallica are... We're comparing... So we're going to compare... If we're going to have to put them on the graph, though, I will say that we are not comparing Metallica's history and what Metallica's done. We're going to compare them to all the talent now and what people can do now. In which case, there'd be the average. They would be the pinnacle of balance. Because yes, they basically made metal what it is today. They are the Beatles of metal. Because without Metallica, we wouldn't have metal as it is today. But then again, Lars is definitely not the best drummer ever. He is up there with one of the best drummers. People would put Lars in the best drummer ever just because of what he's done for metal and his contributions. But in terms of skill and talent, currently, he's dead average. But because of the fact that no one can decide whether they're the average or they're the best, we're not going to put Metallica there. So Metallica, discredit them, they're on a list of their own. It's not because they're better than everyone, and it's not because they're worse than everyone. It's because they are an outlier. They skew data because no one can decide where they belong. Okay? That's how Metallica work. But if we're gonna look at the pinnacle of balance currently, who is the pinnacle of balance in this day and age? And that's a very hard question, because I don't think it would take a very long silence that's inappropriate for a podcast for me to figure that out. Someone better have laughed at that. Otherwise, I'm going to feel bad. But personally, I don't think there is a pinnacle of balance. I believe that once upon a time there was. And there is for genres. There is a pinnacle of balance for genres and subcategories. But on the whole, there is no pinnacle of balance because music is so vast that to try and say, well, this is the most average band alive. Well, it's like, okay, maybe for that genre, but what about this genre? What about that and that and that? Oh yeah, you know who's up in that upper echelon? Daft Punk. And you're like, why is Daft Punk? And you might think it's because they did what Metallica did. I'm like, that's incorrect. They introduced sounds that we have never heard of. Daft Punk are the Tool of electronic music. If you ask people and they ask, like, how rockstar is Tool? Tool is the least rockstar band, which is somehow simultaneously one of the most rockstar bands out there, right? Like, fucking MJK owns a winery and an orchard, right? He makes wine and cider. He also owns a jiu-jitsu school, also has like a whole bunch of other businesses. He's opening up a yoga place. He's doing all this shit, right? They're like, if we're gonna go the most, like, who's the most rockstar band? I mean, you could think of Motley Crue pretty gnarly. I'd have to say Steel Panther. Hell yeah, Steel Panther is a rock star. A rock stars. Like, Daft Punk is the least EDM musician EDM. They keep a lot of stuff on the down low, right? Like, every now and again you'll listen to a song and then you'll see Daft Punk's name and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know. No fucking way. Personally, I'm not a fan of the direction Daft Punk are going in. Daft Punk are now the feature of songs, sadly. They're not making a lot of their own music. Their last album, Random Access Memories, was fucking cool. But it's been, that came out in 2012, 2013. Right? That was Random Access Memories. Now, like, Daft Punk are fucking geniuses. Right? Mozart and Beethoven are up there in musical geniuses because they basically invented classical music. They didn't revolutionize. They didn't make music into what it is today. They are they didn't make. They didn't. It's not like Metallica, where without Metallica, metal wouldn't be what it is today, or the Beatles. The Beatles being music one, like, Beatles are definitely in that upper echelon as well, because Beatles. And you might be thinking, well, why can't Metallica be there? That's because you're not thinking about what they've done with the sound and the music and the albums, like, and the difference in sound. Like, you had like Blackbird and like All Across the Universe, which is like, Blackbird is like my favorite Beatles song. And then you get songs like Dig a Pony, Yellow Submarine, 8 Days a Week, very funky, kind of poppy. Yellow Submarine is like the original mainstream pop song. We all live in a yellow submarine, designed to get in your head. Yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yeah, you get me right? Like, their albums differed greatly between each. Kind of like Tool. And you can kind of go down different paths. You can go down like the drug-fueled aesthetic of the Yellow Submarine album and all that shit. And when they did the world tour and they went across the world trying all the different drugs like ayahuasca and shit. And betel nut. Like, yeah. Fuck. So, yeah, that's kind of like the spectrum of talent in terms of music. We haven't gone as deep into it as I did before, because, quite frankly, I can't be bothered, but simultaneously, I feel like you get the gist of it. On the whole, though, people generally don't listen to music. People like music. People listen to music, heavy quotations, right? They have a playlist, they're like, oh yeah, I'll listen to A$AP Rocky. I'll listen to fucking Lil Yachty. I'll listen to all this shit. Like, I listen to the mainstream shit. Alright? You don't know why you listen to the mainstream shit? Because you can't be bothered finding shit you genuinely do like. You just pick. It's like picking the least bad. It's like, well, what do I want? Do I want a plate of shit, a bowl of shit, or do I want a plate of shit, a bowl of shit, or a pot of shit? It's like choosing what's like it's like choosing the lesser of, like, it's like choosing the lesser evil. It's the saying is the lesser of two evils, but there's many genres of music out there. Actually, it is the lesser of two evils, because pop and rap are like both shit. On the clap so much heat from this. I'm gonna get clapped. But like, I've already stated that I do like old rap a little bit. Some new rap is also pretty cool. Like Hooligan Chase, Asshole, Al Pobrecito, fucking 2 banger songs. And the reason I can listen to those is because they're 2 minutes long. It's because they're 2 minutes something seconds long. I don't have to listen to it for long. Also, No Limit, G-Eazy. Why? And you might be thinking, why do you like that song? How do you not like everything else? Because that song is a banger that is always good at parties. No Limit is, everyone likes No Limit. It's just a fucking, everyone, it's good to jam to. Like, have you people heard the drum cover? Go watch the drum cover of Sicko Mode by like some really tall black guy. It's really cool. Guy's super talented. Not as talented as Liam, I'll tell you that much. Liam could probably do that. I love Liam is now like the shining example of drummers in my mind, because I only know even though he's, can he be up to professional standard? Yes, currently I think he is up to professional standard in terms of ability, and the thing is, he can only get better. So he's now like the pinnacle of drumming excellence. This 14 or something. He looks 14, so I'm just gonna go with 14 for the sake of it. Nick, Ness, Dino, anyone who knows Liam's age, please correct me if I'm wrong, but he looks 14. As I said, this kid's skill juxtaposed with his talent will probably make him one of the best drummers I will ever hear. When he's at his prime, at his peak, probably one of the best drummers on earth, hands down. He is raw talent, that kid. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, people don't listen to music, right? People don't listen to music. You'll have a playlist. Like, yeah, I listen to music. I have Spotify. I have my playlist. No, do you understand what the song means? Yeah, I read not just reading. Like, do you know the artist's intention behind this? Do you listen to the music? Do you listen, like, what are you listening to when you listen to a song? I listen to the lyrics. You listen to the lyrics, alright. Do you listen to the beat? Yeah, well, you just told me you listen to the lyrics. I listen to the beat as well. Well, do you? Because I don't think you do. Because it's really hard to listen to multitask with your ears. If you haven't, it's a skill being able to listen. It really is a skill. Listening to a song, like proper listening to a song, taking in everything that's being played, and not focusing on one thing, but simultaneously focusing on everything. It's very hard to do. It takes a lot of time and a lot of cultivation of that skill to be able to do it. Luckily, if you have no friends like me, if you had no friends like me, and you had basically 3 years to yourself because no one wanted to talk and or do anything with you, that's what you do. You listen to that's what you can do. You can listen to music and cultivate that skill. It's hard to do. Even listening to, like, if you play an instrument, playing an instrument makes it harder to do. Like, if you play guitar, you'll listen to a song and you'll listen primarily to the guitar. Why? Because you're interested in guitar, you play guitar, and that's what, that's what you relate to. Like, I have an affinity for drums. I am a drum enthusiast, I would say. I like drums. Drums are cool. I read quite a bit of stuff on drumming. Yeah, I originally listened to the drums in songs, right? Because that's what I was interested to. And I was like, hang on a sec. If I'm only listening to the drums, then why am I listening to this song? Because a song is comprised of more than just drums. So I'll listen to lyrics and guitar and the bass. Listening to bass is really hard because it's really deep. But if you were to remove the bass guitar, people make fun of bassists for them. Like, you can't hear the... Yes, you can. You can notice it. Like, if you listen to songs, like there's a video on YouTube of songs without bass guitar in it, and you can notice the difference. You can notice, like, this sounds bad. It sounds off. Right? You notice it. So it's actually a really hard thing to do. That's why I like listening to metal. Because I like metal because it challenges you. It forces... Metal gets in your face and it says, oh, you can't. Listen here. Listen to me right now. Listen, look, I'm here. I'm playing this. I'm loud. I'm aggressive. You must listen to me. You must dedicate your time to listen to this song. And that's why I love metal. Because it forces you to, be a part of it. It forces you to, give it attention and recognition and understand. It forces you to go. It forces you to look at it and listen, and just, it forces you to properly listen. Active listening. I'm sure if you've ever had a old annoying teacher, if you've ever been in school, which I guarantee every single one of you have. If not, I'm sorry that you don't have the privilege. Well, you don't have the... I guess it is a privilege going to school. So a lot of people on Earth don't have that privilege. I'm sorry if you're unable to attend school. Let's say that. Backpedaling, what a great thing. Yeah. That's why I love metal. We're 1 hour 36 minutes into it. Couple of minutes off. Won't hurt. 7 minutes. But yeah, I feel like that's put a good bow on everything. You have some songs to listen to. Oh yeah, go listen to Conan Moccasin. He's great. Listen to Momos by Conan Moccasin. And listen through the entire Forever Dog Love album. That album's cool. Oh yeah, listen to Tool as well. Listen to all the albums of Tool. And listen to every single album in order. You might roar at me for that because I've missed RPA, but I'm sorry, I didn't see it. It's not under albums, so it's under singles and EPs, so you're like, oh god, no. But yeah, listen to all the albums in order, no shuffling the songs, just go one song after the other, and enjoy it, because Tool is fucking cool. Tool is great. Listening to Tool doesn't make you a tool. Not listening to Tool makes you a tool and a fool. Where you belong in the carnival. Carnival. If you know who they are. Good. They're great. Carnival's great. Yeah. I mean, you listen to them now, and some of their songs just sound like some more of the same. Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, music's really been my drug recently. Music's been my drug. I've been sober for quite a while now. So, yeah. Tool has been my drug, keeping me in sobriety, keeping me sober. I've been sliding in music puns, subtle music references this entire time. If you pick them up, good for you. Don't tell me. Keep it between us. Good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you've made it this far, cool. That's great. But yeah, go listen to music. Go properly listen to music. Yep. Go follow me on Twitter. Link in the description. To Real Minty. Hopefully you enjoyed. And if this is up if this is up before the end of August, if you want to play drums and you want to play an electric kit and you just want to try it out, Two Birds Brewery in Spotswood, Melbourne. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone, and have a good one. Peace.